Hey guys, welcome to G&A Podcast with your host Soberoni and
Drooby-doo.
Yes, and we are here for a two-parter kind of sort of episode where we cover the first half of the shows in a weird order because we have some priorities to get to.
I have a wedding to go to. I'm not going to be here this weekend.
So it's going to be a little out of order. We're going to cover like the first 4 shows that we watched up until Saturday, and then the second half of the video is going to be the Fate Apocryphas and everything that comes out Sunday.
Yeah, so this should... it will affect you in the sense that this is going to come out a lot later, and for that, I do apologize. Don't hate Silverny. You can just put it all on me.
Yes.
Not like I'll give a
Drew.
shit. But...
Blame him. This will probably go up on Wednesday.
On when?
Wednesday.
Oh.
But
It cut out a bit, and I thought you said May, and I'm like...
Yep, this will go up May 2018, guys. Hope you can enjoy the wait. But I guess we should just jump right into it with... What are we covering first?
Listen, any chart is giving me all the trouble right now. I assume it'd be Hajimete no Gyaru?
Yeah, it's Hajimete no Gyaru. Alright,
yeah.
So let's go with that. This was the standard run-of-the-mill beach/hot spring episode.
It was good. I liked it.
It was better than last week's episode by a large margin, and it was fun overall, but I still think it's kind of lackluster compared to what we got in the beginning of the season. Like, I don't know, it just feels like now, like, in the beginning, it felt like it was different from your typical harem show, where, you know, Yame was kind of, like, sniping these tropes and doing different things, but now it's just like, well, here's the standard harem beach episode with everything you expect. I guess I wish that they would have subverted it in some kind of way.
But there is a difference. The difference that, unlike most harems, it's like kind of like the main character's kind of trying to spend quality time with like all of them because it's like, oh, this is my harem, this is what I do. In this episode, at the end of the day, it was all about Yame. Like they try to rub that in everyone's face so hard with all this symbolism. Like, at the end of the episode, the fireworks goes out in front of, like, everyone else's faces. As if they can't be seen. That was surprised.
Great. Yeah, I'm surprised the fireworks didn't just spell out Yame wins in the sky and then fucking all the other girls just blow up or something. Because this episode was just, hey, everyone else, fuck off. It's Yame's turn.
Yeah, essentially, which I love that.
I think every girl had a moment where she was trying to get the main, get the main character, and he was just like, "Oh no, Yame needs me." Yeah.
Oh, in the beginning, oh man, poor Yashi. She fucking tried it. She was like, "Oh yeah, where's the towel? Give me something to drink." And he's like, "Oh, sorry, I can't deal with your shit." You fucking crazy person.
That was fun. I like that kind of, you know, you have a main character that's actually pretty straightforward about being with his girl.
Yes, I like that. I like the Suntan lotion scene because like his inner dialogue came back.
Oh yeah, for a moment.
Yeah, and then that whole scene had fucking like dubstep music. I think.
Yeah, I was gonna bring that up. I don't know what it is with the music in this show, just going crazy sometimes and playing dubstep or like fucking electronica.
This isn't the first time, is it? Right?
No, it's not. It usually happens during these types of scenes.
Yeah, it's a welcome change because it's very interesting.
I'm grabbing the soundtrack when it comes out and totally fucking putting it on for every party.
Okay.
The other part was, I guess, the second half of the episode where they're like his friends really do make the show. I would have to say, without the friends, this would not be as good as it is because that whole second half of them trying to sneak through the woods was pretty entertaining.
I'm like, why they have military grade armor?
Oh man, the part where he sets the trap off on purpose and his friend is just like, that was a fake. and just fakes him out. Oh, that was so great.
And that was also. I love how they literally just left Junichi to die in a river. Like,
yeah,
what the fuck? What the actual fuck? That was an actual river where he could have actually died. And then they're just like, oh, boobs.
The best part was when he fell off the cliff and they're like, is he dead? And his friend was like, as if he'd be that easy to kill.
Yeah, right? And I'm like, what? What in the Full Metal Jacket is going on?
So yeah, his friends really do make the show.
They really do. It's really funny. But yeah. I guess when you put it like that, not a lot happened. I just liked it.
It was entertaining.
It was entertaining. The typical bat scene where they're all just like literally just groping each other to high fucking heaven.
Yeah.
Like
there was a lot of Yui/Yame relationship building, which was unexpected.
Mhm. Yeah, there's a very healthy amount of ecchi this episode.
Which is weird. It wasn't as much. I felt like it wasn't as much as some of the other episodes, though.
It's because this is the only one that didn't have any like sex scenes in it.
Yeah, it didn't have any outright like sexual scenes. Just like the occasional butt shot or whatever.
Yeah. The very occasional butt shot.
The very occasional butt shot. And the huge groping orgy in the hot spring.
Yeah. I think that pretty much covers it.
I guess the next episode looks like it's going to be like an amusement park theme.
Yeah. I like how they always set up for like the next episode.
Yeah, that's nice that they do the setup. Yeah. Hopefully we get to see more Yame. I'm still waiting for just a Yame and... what's his name? Was it Junichi? Like, just a Yame Junichi episode. Because I feel like that's the only one we didn't get yet. We've got Junichi and Yui. We've got Junichi and Ranko. We've got everybody else except just Yame. And I think that's what they set up to this episode.
Mm-hmm.
So, that one should be good, at least.
Yeah. Let's move on.
To what? Saiyuki?
Dokugaku.
Stuff happened this episode. I can't say what, but stuff happened this episode.
What?
A lot of stuff happened this episode.
Oh. First of all, I don't know who the fuck that Zakuro thing is. I don't remember him.
Oh, I was gonna ask you who the fuck was he, because he just kind of popped out of nowhere.
Yeah, I was also like, who is this guy? I feel like I should have looked him up, but I'm just like, understandably, I was a little too distracted by something else that happened in the episode. But I do like that, once again, it was their way of, like, showing, like showing Goku's past, like the past of one of the characters for people who haven't seen the show. Like, you know, him being locked away and that one scene with the fucking bird.
Yeah.
I know. Going back to Hajimete no Gyaru real quick, because I was reading for some reason I was reading the description of Saiyuki Reload Blast on
and that reminded me of Hajimete no Gyaru.
Because all exist side by side on a peaceful continent free of all order and regulation, widely known as Shangri-La.
Oh yeah, the Shangri-La moments.
Yes. That was funny. But anyways, yeah. That one scene of Goku being locked away, and that scene with the fucking bird, where it's like, oh my god, I'm a bird, I'm dying of cold, and I'm dying, and he's like chained, so he can't save the bird.
That was a bit overdramatic, but yes.
Yeah, he thought that was that was the least of all the flashbacks to that moment. That was definitely like the least that they've done. But yeah, Hakai is still worrying over over Gojo turning full demon, as it shows Hakai turning a demon and Gojo snapping him out of it that I've never seen. I have not seen that moment. Like, that I will actually look for.
Is Hakai actually a demon?
Hakai, yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. He was the only
They
non-demon.
literally say that they're all demons. Like, what?
Well,
Except
why
for
is he?
Sanzo.
So then, why is he not as affected as?
He has limiters.
Give some of those limiters to fucking Gojo. Then problem solved.
Well, yeah, I guess. Well, first of all, I don't think those limiters are just like, oh, you can't just buy them at the nearest shop. And also, he's half human, so I guess he wasn't affected by it. But I guess that he's growing marks. Maybe he is? Question mark. I don't know. I don't know where they're going with that. I'm interested in seeing what happens. But like, there's only like 3 episodes left, so if they are gonna do something with it, you better get there quick.
I'm hoping that they kind of do like a Gojo going demon mode, and then a Goku going demon mode, and then Sanzo and Hakai just have to stop them.
Sanzo just like, all right, let's just kill them. I can't. We can barely take on Goku with the 3 of us.
Because that's what they were building to. I thought they were gonna have demon mode Goku as soon as he saw Nataku come back alive.
No, that whole his crown like shattering like it did in the past, like that never happened. It's usually like his crown will come off like voluntarily for one reason or another. Let's see. So apparently Sanzo is only like he isn't totally completely dead because Kogaji was like killing is bad, meh. Which is like I hate it. Like I kind of hate it because it's like, dude, like you're supposed to be the villain. Like I get it, you're the villain with the internal struggle, but like the one key to resurrecting your mom was right in front of you, and you just didn't kill him. Like, do you not want your mother back? Because you've been bitching about it for like the past like 10 years.
Well, maybe he's a good person at heart.
He is, but in an annoying way. Oh, we answered the question of where is Prince Nataku?
Yeah, there. He's there.
he was there, and he was just like, I am robot, biz, and then he just blows everyone away.
So I'm guessing he doesn't remember Goku either. He's just yeah, okay. So they just mutually do not recognize each other then.
Yep, they were destined to meet, yet they have no idea who the fuck the other person is.
Because I anticipate that will... See, my theory is just there's either going to be Gojo and Goku going demon mode, or it's Goku going demon mode and fighting Nataku.
That I can imagine, and that would be such an awesome fight. Yeah, so Nataku comes, blows everyone's shit up, tries to eliminate Kogaji because he's like, you're the son of Lord... I keep forgetting his name. Yamo?
I keep forgetting everyone's name in this show. They have such fucking complicated names that all melt together.
The main characters' names are very simple.
Well, the main character is fine, but everyone else is just like, they all... First off, like 90% of the characters have names that start with a G, which pisses me off.
Gojo, Goku... Well, I mean, if you want to put the Genjo and Genjo Sanzo, you can, but...
the other dude that, what was his name? Gokaiji? Was it Gokaiji? Gokaiji? Listen,
Gokaiji.
they almost the evil guy who I thought was Gojo. Redhead.
Oh, Kogaji.
Kokaji. Whatever.
You mean it starts with a K?
Yeah, but it still has the Ko-Go sound. It's all... They all melt together. They all melt together.
Okay. Apple Rapple. But yeah, so... Yeah, Natsuko identifies him as Lord Gyumao's son and tries to kill him, but Dokugaku makes the ultimate sacrifice.
I
and
don't know
he
who
died.
he was, so I can't.
I
feel
know.
anything.
Oh my god, he was there from the beginning.
Other than
Oh
knowing
my,
that he's
that's
Gojo's brother.
That's a pretty deep. That's Gojo's brother. That's like not Dokugaku. That was Kogaji's like quote unquote right hand man. Yeah, I know. I'm like they're basically gay for each other.
I mean,
like,
that's what I was expecting them to kiss at the end.
I really was too. That would have been. If it did, I think I actually would have cried. If they actually kissed, I would have started crying. Like I almost cried because he just like he was there from the start. Like that's actually like a kind of major character death. Just because of his relation to the main to one of the main characters, and well, both of the main characters. It's just like, whoa, that's crazy. And then also, like, oh, that was so sad. That was so sad. It was just so sad. But can we talk about like, because it's so funny that you were like, oh, that guy. Well, that guy kind of looks like Gojo. Oh, what's his deal? And it's funny because the entire episode he just went in. Dokugaku just kept talking about like, oh yeah, like I befriended you because you look so much like my brother, and I'm like,
yeah, I got that parallel between.
Yeah, they kind of like shove it in your face. Oh, it's so sad. Oh my god, like I'm so distraught. I'm actually distraught. Like, Goku's, like, half his body is burnt. I don't know what the fuck they're doing with that. Gojo's about to turn into a demon any second.
I imagine this dude's just gonna come back really pissed and, like, now try to kill Sanzo. Like, actually kill Sanzo.
I don't know, he might be too injured.
Fuck
also, I just feel so bad for not Dokugaku. Well, I feel bad for him because he's dead, but for Kogaji, because besides losing Dokugaku, once again, he failed to get the scripture, and for another reason that was just totally random. It wasn't like, oh, I was defeated in combat, like, fairly. Like, nope.
Well, he was defeated in combat.
It was not a fair fight. Sorry. I said fairly, like, oh, we're all fighting and using our wits to beat each other. Nope.
Hey, it was a one-on-one fight, and he lost.
No, God just came in and said, smite!
Well, it was a one-on-one fight against God, so...
No, it's not a fair fight. And he just got blown away, like, and then he's gonna come back, and she's like, oh, what happened now? Time to kill your mother. Can you imagine? Goku dies, and then and then the lady just like destroys the statue of his mom. He just loses his mom, his lover.
Well, judging by how everyone's backstories in this show are like fucking the worst thing ever, I wouldn't be surprised if that happens.
Yeah, everyone has horrible backstories. I forgot what happened with Goku. It's not Goku, with Sanzo. His was also terrible, but I just forgot what happened. Probably something about almost probably being murdered, and then like a Sanzo priest saving him. I think that's what happened.
Well, are you going to call this your potential episode of the week, depending on how good the other shows are?
Not really.
You were hyping it up like crazy, though.
Because it's for me, like. It's an episode for me. It doesn't make it an episode of the week, but it was an episode for me. And I'm just like, Goku dies.
Fair enough.
It was a good twist. I will say him dying was very, like, it's one of those things that, like, once again, if you don't watch the anime, you won't, like, if you never watched it, you won't realize how, like, big that was. Like, that's, like, a huge, like, think about, like, essentially think about if you're watching Nanoha, and they kill a new series, and they killed Fate. They just kill Fate.
I don't know if he's that relevant to the plot as Fate is to Nana.
Bitch. Are you trying to fucking start something?
Maybe if they, like, killed Yuno or something. If he's still there. I don't even know if he's
really? Wow. You know, fuck you. Fuck you. Fate is overrated.
Alright, let's not get into this now.
No, she's overrated.
Wait till the next Nanaha. Wait till we cover the Nanaha movie and then then we could talk about how much you love to pit Nanaha and Fate against other characters and say how shitty they are.
Yup. All she can do is move really fast. So can Goku. That's why he kills her.
Well,
doesn't make her any better.
She has a nicer ass than Goku does. So. Moving on, we have Hero Academia, which was really good this week. It was a really good episode this week.
I'm still mad. I'm still mad at you. That was really uncalled for. You know, really, that was uncalled for.
I couldn't think of another character that was like decently important, but not like a main character.
It's like killing. Oh, okay.
Exactly. You can't think of one either.
No. I was gonna say, like one of the knights, like one of Hayate's like knights.
All right.
Like
maybe like Signum or something. Fine.
Like Signum or Vita, yeah.
Not Vita.
Yeah, Signum or Vita. Yeah, that's right, bitch.
Not Vita.
Signum or Vita. Signum or Vita.
The other one
Fuck
that's
you.
like a nurse. I forget her name.
So I don't know who she is, so that's why she doesn't count.
Anyway, Hero Academia now. Yeah, this episode was pretty much split into like first half was like slice of life comedy ish, and then the second half was getting on with the major, I guess, mini arc coming up. This is a mini arc.
Yeah.
The midterm exams or whatever, the finals.
The finals.
Yeah.
Excuse me. I like the opening discussion with Mount Lady and Midnight.
That was so great. Once I saw that part, I was like, oh, this episode's going to be fun. This is going to be a fun episode. This is what the filler needed to be. Because, like I said, the filler felt like filler, but this first half of the episode could kind of be construed as filler, but it was entertaining. It was, like, fun. You got to see the characters' personalities. A lot.
Yeah, I also like how, like, the midterm ranks are, like, revealed.
Yeah. I have a lot more love for Momo now, too. Momo's character ranking just jumped up in my book.
I feel so bad for her, because she has such a complex now.
Yeah.
Ever since the tournament, she just always had such a complex. And now she's like, we all need you, Momo. And she's like, yes, everyone needs me.
Oh, I just realized no, she's not. She's paired with Todoroki. Okay, never mind. I thought she was paired with Raven Dude. I'm like, oh, she just got paired with the guy who beat the shit out of her in the tournament.
I know, that'd be really funny, but no, that did not happen. She was paired with the other guy who would have soundly beaten her in the tournament.
Yeah. Yeah, but Momo's character really got bumped up this episode. Fair amount of character development for her.
Also, I won't like that Bakugo was like rank 3.
I don't mind that because, like, he's just an asshole. Like, he's still smart and powerful. He's just an asshole.
I don't know. I feel like making him higher than fucking Midoriya. Midoriya, like, I'm not saying Bakugo is dumb, but Midoriya is definitely smarter than him. Like,
Maybe.
That makes no sense.
Maybe. I don't know. Because there's been a few moments where Bakugo, like, does think on his feet and, like, does some Midoriya style maneuvering. So
yeah, but it's like I use a little bit of brain power and like 30% brain power and 70% overpowered like quirk.
Well, that's the other thing about he's overpowered in so many different ways because Bakugo is like he's strong. He has like a super versatile quirk. He's smart. He's fast. Like he has all those points. Yeah, just like Todoroki, he has like no weaknesses.
Yeah. Wait, who's number 1?
I think it was Momo.
Oh yeah, Momo is number 1. You're right.
Yeah.
See, but obviously it has nothing to do with quirks. It's
yeah,
really,
no,
like,
it's just intelligence.
Grades, which I'm like, okay, it doesn't make any sense. Midoriya is definitely smarter than Bakugo. I feel like we can at least agree on that. Well,
the way it sounded was like it was actual tests, like so on math and science and literature. So I don't know how smart Midoriya is when it comes to that. So I just know how smart he is when it comes to fighting.
It's like heroes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fair enough. I don't know. It just seems very uncharacteristically of Bakugo to like studying all those subjects and also like, I want to kill you all, but study.
Well, he did do that in this episode. He was training.
Yeah.
Was it Tetsu?
Mm-hmm.
Which is like another shipping pairing, because they have like a lot of interactions with each other. Yeah.
Ooh, I just thought of a really bad thing in my head.
All right, keep it.
I'm just going to keep it in there because
I don't even want to know what that was you were thinking about. He did.
Oh God! I literally I need to go to fanfiction.net and just
write up a fanfiction about Todoroki and Tetsu.
Oh please, as if I'd write it.
The second half of the episode though was, in my opinion, like I didn't know. All right, so Drew didn't know that All Might was gonna fight Bakugo, and
which is why I don't like watching previews.
I saw it because the preview kind of was just like, hey, Bakugo and and Midoriya are gonna fight All Might. End of preview. So I was like, oh, they're gonna fight each other. But what surprised me was I didn't know that they were gonna do like an exam where all the students team up to fight all the teachers, and that they were gonna show each fight. So I was hyped for that. Like, I love when they do that kind of tournament style stuff, and then they show all the fights. They don't just skip every fight.
Sort of like the main fight, yeah.
Yeah, just to go to the main fight. Even though I don't really care about some of them, like Tetsu and random other dude that was there.
You don't care about it because it's already over.
And yeah, it's already over. But like, if it was next episode, Tetsu and this dude fight Cement Guy, I'd be like, oh wow, that's a boring episode.
Yeah,
I care about like the Momo fight, the Todoroki fight. Well, that's the same fight. I don't know. I care about all the fights with the characters I actually like are the ones I care about.
Yeah, Urara's fight. I'm looking forward to that one especially.
That one's gonna be fun. I'm actually looking forward to some of them more than I'm looking forward to All Might's fight against because I feel like the All Might fight is gonna might be good, but I feel like it's gonna be a lot of talking. I feel like that's gonna be a more talky fight.
Also, I feel like it's gonna be really straightforward.
Yeah, there isn't much you can do.
like one's powers is to blow shit up. The other one, both of them have the same power.
Yeah, they're just gonna be like punching. I was gonna say they're both gonna be fisting each other.
Wow. Okay. So I can't say what I need to say about Bakugo and Tetsu.
This episode is taking us to dark places. They're both going to be punching each other.
That'd be the name. There, I said it. If Soberoni gets fisting, I get to have Fiction Burn.
It was a slip of the tongue.
Slip of the fist into each other.
And Bakugo was just there. Yeah, no, they're just gonna be
He's like, I miss Tetsu.
All right. Before somebody writes a fanfiction about this, they're just gonna be punching each other, and Bakugo is just gonna be there. My
Okay.
Great. Now Hero Academia is ruined forever.
You mean
now I can never take this
has
fight
been enlightened
seriously.
Has been enlightened forever.
When this fight happens, I'm not gonna be able to take it seriously. It could be the most important emotional moment in the series, and I'm just gonna be there laughing my ass off.
I'm just gonna take a bunch of like pictures and screenshots, and then it's like put in the captions fisting, like every time they punch each other.
All right, you do that and post them on Twitter.
By all means,
follow us on Twitter.
Oh yeah, plugging in the Twitter and whatnot. But yeah, speaking of like the fight of Kirishima and Sato, yeah, it was just really dumb fight. Everyone was trying to, like, at the end, everyone was like, whoa, this is gonna be a true hard fight. Oh, like, of diligence and yada yada yada. And I'm like, gosh, this is a true test. I'm like, but, like, was it really? Like, I don't think the match against Cementos was, like, super hard. Like, given his ability is pretty broken.
Yeah,
they were just dumb.
They didn't have a strategy. Yeah, they're just like, let's keep charging straight ahead and fucking
like they just didn't
these walls.
Think.
Yeah.
Like they just didn't think. Like they could have stopped at any time and were like, we should probably just leave.
Oh yeah, they could have just turned around and been like, all right, peace.
I mean, I'm pretty sure Mentos could have blocked them off, but like, I think he could have blocked them off with less speed than as if they were charging towards him.
I feel like if you just came at him from different angles and like on top of buildings and inside buildings and stuff, he wouldn't be able to utilize his quirk as much.
Could you imagine if you jumped all the way from like the top of like a building and just either one of them just fell on him?
Yeah, then that would be it. Probably not. He's probably fucking like also a godly fighter or something.
Yeah, probably. CQC from Chiron. Just as the fight falls at 10 like fucking, I don't know, 10 kilometers an hour or something. He just was like super fast, and the guy just like flips him. Like as he comes on, he's like flip, and we're just like, wait, how does that happen?
I don't know why I had the most random thought. I was like, if Swim was there, she could handle this fucking situation. She would just morph underneath the fucking cement and they come out and stab him in the chest.
Oh, why would you mention Swim?
I don't know. I was just thinking of strategies that they can use to beat the cement guy, and I was just like, if they could morph into the floor...
Goku just used the Kamehameha way, so...
R.I.P. Swim.
Fuck Swim.
Speaking of Swim, should we move on to Netsuzou Trap?
I'll give you that.
Yeah, there we go.
I'll give you that. That's fair.
Because this was all about Yuma being fucking crazy.
So far, this is contention about being episode of the week.
I'd say that too, depending on how good Apocrypha and Kakegurui and the other ones are. I mean,
too bad all the other ones that are left are incredible anime.
Yeah, the other ones are like all the other episodes of the week for the past season. So.
Oh wow! I now think about it. Yeah, it's always been either Apocrypha, Kakegurui, or Hajimete no Gyaru.
Oh man!
Not Hajimete no Gyaru of Hitori, Hime my Hero, or Centaur.
So this is potential episode of the week against incredible odds, but we'll go with that.
Yeah. So this is an episode of just, like you said, Yuma just like loses her mind. Takeda literally just wants to suffer. Like she's like, yes, please I want to feel the most pain in my life as possible.
I'm telling you, there's definitely some homosexual feelings between Takeda and
I hope
Fujiwara.
so. At this point, I mean, even though Takeda
is the only one who's like, all right, Takeda, I care about you. You need to get out of this relationship. Women are no good. I'm saying.
I mean, I feel like this Takeda isn't returning the feelings. I mean, Fujiwara...
Well, yeah, I don't think Takeda is gay. I think Fujiwara definitely wants Takeda. He's definitely after that Takeda.
Yeah. Yeah, he's definitely gay for Takeda. Hotaru just his beard. That he just also abuses every now and then.
Hotaru... Well, first off, this episode... Well, staying on Takeda. I think Takeda is not gonna realize that he's gonna be like, oh, Hotaru, I didn't know you were here. Were you helping Yuma change her sheets or something? Because he's too dense to realize.
No, I think he's gonna know. Because it's episode 10. It's episode 10. It's episode 10.
So dense.
If this is episode 3, I could see that, or episode 5, but it's episode 10. He's gonna, like... These are, like, the penultimate episodes, so...
I feel like he's not going to figure it out until Fujiwara is just like, alright, dude, they're fucking each other. Until that happens, I don't think he's ever
And then even then he's gonna be like,
He's gonna be laughing like, "Oh, Fujiwara, you're so funny."
Girls don't have sex with each other.
It's not cheating if it's
cheating if they're both girls.
They're both girls. But it is interesting to see Yuma kind of like develop into psycho-dependent.
Yes. Oh, I love it.
And it's funny because this is the one time Hotaru doesn't do anything. Like, she's not doing anything.
She isn't. She really isn't.
And Yuma's just like, oh my god, I need to be Hotaru. Why isn't she here? Why is she lying to me? What's going on?
I need her.
Yeah.
Yeah, Hotaru actually behaves very well. Well, until the end, of course, but...
No, at that
point, no, Yuma initiated it. Yuma actually kisses her in the nurse's room.
Yeah. So, definitely feelings for Hotaru from Yuma. I think we can confirm that at this point.
Oh, now we can confirm it.
Now we can confirm it.
Yes, now is 100% true.
In case you were wondering before.
Yeah, a lot of times, she just let Hotaru finger her and shit. Because, that's what friends do, right?
Yeah, all the time. That's what All Might and...
I was thinking, I was like, don't say it, Drew, don't say it. But you know what, you already said it for me, so,
we're in sync on this. My problem is, what is Takeda's point now? Like, Takeda, I don't get why Takeda is there. Like, Yuma clearly has feelings for Hotaru over Takeda. Takeda is just there to be there at this point.
Takeda is just there to be hurt.
Yeah.
He's just there to be hurt. Like, he's there to be a consequence to Yuma's actions, essentially.
Yeah, he's like the guilty, conscious part of Yuma, where she's just like, oh, I'm a shitty person. He's their reminder that she's being a shitty person, I guess.
Yeah, like, he is the manifestation of, like, the consequences of what she's doing with Hotaru.
This whole time he was never real. It was all just a figment of her. That'd be a great twist.
That would also make no sense.
It would make no sense, but it'd be a great... Come think about it. Has anyone ever acknowledged Takeda outside of... Has anyone acknowledged Takeda outside of Hotaru and Fujiwara?
Yeah, maybe. But then all those scenes with Takeda and Fujiwara by themselves would just be like Fujiwara just talking to himself.
Maybe Fujiwara's also a figment of Hotaru's imagination.
Okay, we are not going all Umineko in this shit, alright?
Think about it.
No.
Actually, don't think about it. It's not worth thinking
No, about. I'm not thinking about it at all. Can we go back to the fisting?
It's going to happen in the end credits. You're going to see directed by M. Night Shyamalan.
Oh, God. Do you think M. Night Shyamalan did Umineko? No, just kidding.
No.
That was actually good writing.
Yeah. It was.
Oh, that's mean. M. Night Shyamalan has done some...
Hey, Split was good.
Okay movies. I didn't see it. But, no, he's very hit or miss.
Because his whole movie career is based on the ending of the movie. So, yeah, if his ending sucks, the movie sucks.
Wait, he didn't do Avatar, did he? Or was that Michael Bay?
No, okay. He did Avatar.
He did No, not, I don't mean that Avatar.
Oh, no, that was James Cameron.
Okay, that's what I thought. I was like, oh God. Oh, I'm so triggered.
I forgot that other Avatar exists because...
I'm crying blood. Okay, so that's enough about crying blood and fisting and fiction burn.
All that just from the episode of NTR of Netsuzou Trap.
Enough about that. But yeah, I think that wraps up this half
of this. Yeah,
we will
be back.
Yeah, we'll be back with the second half very soon. So yeah, We'll be back starting now. And we're back.
Yes.
I know that doesn't mean anything to anyone. Yeah, right? That means nothing to anyone. But as I said in the first part of this video, I was at a wedding, so now we're back and now we're ready to finish up. I guess it would be last week's lineup of anime. So let's just get right into it. Let's talk about what's first.
Kakegurui.
This is a very odd episode.
I don't know how to feel about this episode because
it was not really much about gambling. Like it was.
Yeah, I'm kind of mad that they didn't show. They didn't do like the They didn't show all the games. Like that's what got me upset. Like I kind of like the concept of it.
Oh yeah. They didn't. They just like kind of like flashed through all the games. First of all, I thought the concept was a little too complicated. They could have made it much more simpler. And just made like
since when does this have ever been simple?
What?
All the games are like usually over the top.
No,
all the games are like, usually over the top.
What are you talking about? The first game? No.
All right. Aside from like the first two games, most of them tend to be like over the top. The fucking Saw style game.
The last game was just a memory game. The last game was just like it wasn't a memory game. It was literally just like, oh, flip which card you think is which. No, it was actually very simple.
This wasn't that complicated. It was just like win a tic-tac-toe via random mini games.
Yeah, but they had all these like weird mini games. I was just like, I'd rather just have like, let's just play best out of 3.
But that's what fucks with me because I wouldn't mind the random mini games if the episode actually showed me them playing the games.
Exactly, and first of all, I even have a problem about that because some of the mini games, like the first one, for example, had nothing to do with gambling. It was just a karaoke thing. Yeah.
I mean, the whole gambling aspect of this was just the tic-tac-toe part.
Tic-tac-toe is not gambling. That is not gambling. If you think that's gambling, then I think you may be kind of stupid. I'm sorry. I'm going to say right now that if you are not good, quote unquote, good at tic-tac-toe by the age of 20, you might be dumb.
That was the closest part of the gambling in this whole episode, aside from the guessing the age.
You mean the actual gambling? You mean the actual?
That wasn't really gambling. Guessing the age.
That's literally that's actually literally gambling. They had no idea about anyone's birthday. Like,
in that scenario, they didn't have an idea about the person's birthday. But
yes, that's literal Like, do you not know the definition of gambling?
Listen, I don't know why you're so hyper aggressive right now.
I think you got the idea.
I'm saying it's not a traditional gambling game. It's not fucking poker
None of these games are traditional.
The memory games are.
Sorry. Okay, I'll stop being mean to Sobroni.
Anyway, I didn't appreciate the them skipping the random mini games, and it kind of was just a setup. Like this whole part
episode, I felt like it was a setup to like this one gamble, to like the one game which decided who wins.
Yeah, and even then, there wasn't really any tension in this episode aside from that one quick scene, and it just quickly shifted to, all right, now we got to figure out who the traitor is and challenge the traitor to a game.
Yeah, so just set up for next episode.
Yeah, it was set up for next episode within an episode that should have just been its own self-contained episode.
Exactly. Like, I don't know why it felt like it was filler. Like, it felt like it was very fillery.
Yeah, I can see that. Like, the first half of it was very fillery. I did like a little cute stuff. I got really mad when they skipped the singing part, though. At least they had singing at the end.
Yeah, they had singing at the end. At first, I was going to put my notes, they couldn't even afford dancing animations, yada, yada, when you met me. And then at the credits, it's like, no, not only can we afford dancing animations, they're better than, like, most of them.
Yo, I was literally, like, pulling up the Idol Master anime. I was like, wait, is this better than Idol Master's animation right now?
Like, it was, like, their words, like, you could see their words, like, as they speak them.
They're pretty exaggerated with their movements, too, yeah.
Yeah, the movements were very on point. Like, the clothes, like, swayed with the movements of their dancing. Like, it was very detailed. I was incredibly impressed with that.
Yeah, that's where the budget of this episode went.
Yeah. Yeah. Also, I love how Yumeko was like trying to take on Menyuda after, like, you know. So I guess Yumeko really just tried to make a giant witch hunt, and then
Part of me feels like she's planning this, but also not.
Oh no, she's definitely going along with it. She saw this as an opportunity, and she's just like, all right, well, this is giving me a chance to keep beating student council members and keep destroying their power until the student council president has to fight me.
Yeah.
Or fight me, face me the gamble. Me.
I did like, this episode made me like Yumemi a little bit more. Like, she was a little bit more palatable this episode.
Why? You didn't like her last episode when she was just shitting on everyone?
No, I didn't like her when she was just crazy psycho bitch. Although that one little jab.
Wait, pause. You just said you didn't like her when she was crazy psycho bitch. Like, what do you call everything she was doing this episode when she literally was losing her mind?
Because she has like a little bit more, she showed that she has a little bit more of like a calculating side, because she was kind of weighing her options towards the end with if she wants to call out the student council or not. And B, she did have a bit of like, you know, like shame, and like she had other aspects to her besides just I'm crazy, like what's her face with the guns. So I appreciate her.
You know she's a fan favorite. So
I know she is, but at least I did love the part where she was like apparently planning to just whore out Yumeko if she won.
Oh yeah, the game. She's like, I'm gonna stick in karma for years and then finish you off with a porno debut. And I'm like, wait, I had to like rewind. I'm like, wait, what are you talking about?
I'm like, yeah, this should definitely be an anime. Just guys, make an anime about the cutthroat idol industry and do this. Put her in it.
Yes. Oh god, no, it was good. I wouldn't say it was good. It was okay. Like I think this is their Kakegurui's weakest episode to date.
I don't know if it's the weakest, because I'm trying to remember if there was a weaker one. But yeah, it's definitely not a strong episode. It's one of the weaker ones.
No, at least for me, it's the weakest. So yeah, given the fact that it's the weakest, I'm gonna move on because
there isn't much to say. We have a lot to say about certain other shows, like the one coming up, but let's move on to Fate Apocrypha. Yep. So I don't want to talk about this episode because stuff I don't like happened in this episode that I knew was gonna fucking happen.
Fran blew up.
Knew it was gonna fucking happen.
Boom goes the dynamite. Dynamite. Boom.
I'm kind of conflicted because on one hand, fucking Mordred is so badass.
First of all, I was like, did Mordred become the enemy at this point? Like,
yeah, she just
all
became
people with like ideals and stuff. She's just like, nope, I'm gonna fuck up Ryder. I'm gonna kill Sieg. I'm gonna kill Fran.
Mordred is just,
and then Fran's gonna come back, and then I'm gonna kill Fran again.
She ate like a direct Noble Phantasm that was like empowered by a command seal, which is like, well, that kind of hurt.
Well, to be fair, it was the only reason why she loved that is because, you know, Sisigo used his command seal.
Well, he used it after after that damage.
Oh, I thought he used it as a shield of sorts.
Did he? No, I thought he only used his command seal to empower Saber during the Siegfried fight.
No. He used it like whatchamacallit it? The Berserker's Master says it. He's like, oh shit, I should have thought that.
I must have missed that through my tears.
Yeah, right. Yeah, he states that he's like, oh, I should have realized that, you know.
So what the fuck? Why are
the other master must have a command seal too?
How many command seals have we gone through already? Jesus Christ!
No, Sisigo only has one left.
Yeah, Sisigo has one left. Berserker's Master, well, it doesn't matter now, but he used all his command seals.
I mean, yeah.
Yo, even Siegfried's shitty master ended up using his command seals a bunch of times. Like, people just use their command seals for fucking anything. Get me a soda.
Because this is like the final fight.
Nah, I don't think it's the final fight.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, this is the final fighting scene.
Still.
Like, also, I can't believe I'm the one who's putting this out first, but I thought that Jack was really cute using a cell phone.
Yes, that was such a cute scene. I mean, it was completely irrelevant to the rest of the episode, but it was a cute scene nonetheless.
Yeah, I just felt so bad for Berserker. Like, she was totally outclassed.
Yeah, I kind of felt like she was going to die ever since she was chasing Shiro, because she doesn't know how to let things go. She just keeps chasing people and fighting. Like a Berserker.
Yeah, exactly. Oh,
I'm just kind of mad at kind of Mordred's doing indirectly.
Yeah, what do you mean indirectly?
Well, it's not like Mordred killed her. She kind of just
might as well have.
blew herself up.
He pretty much did kill her. Like in a sense,
he tried to.
He fatally wounded her, and Fran was just like, "Well, I'm gonna die anyways. Might as well take you with me."
She needed more screen time. I'm so sad she's dead.
Yeah.
But Mordred's whole fight was great. Like, all her fights fucking taking on Astolfo and Sieg at the same time. Beating the shit out of Fran as much as I love her.
Them beating the shit out of Sieg.
Which was my biggest issue with this episode, was Sieg, by the way.
Oh, you mean how he... So, I have an issue with it, too, but, like, I feel like your issue and my issue are totally different, because you just love to hate on certain male characters for no reason.
I love to hate on overpowered characters that don't deserve the kind of, like, power that... Like, oh, he could transform into Siegfried. Like, obviously I knew that was coming, but still, why, though? But why?
Because he summoned Siegfried. Like, it was weird, and I didn't realize this now, but, like, the way that Joan of Arc was summoned was, like, a hint at how...
No, I guess, it's like
Siegfried
foreshadowing.
Summoned. Yeah, it was foreshadowing. Because he was summoned the same way. He had an item of Siegfried's, aka his heart.
I feel like we're giving this writing too much credit right now. Like, they set up the foreshadowing between Joan and Siegfried.
I mean, kind of. Like, she talks about it. She's like, oh, yeah, like, you can totally summon something in a vessel, and you can summon a hero that way.
But even then, Shiro was like, oh, they shouldn't even be able to do this. Every second he has this is like a miracle, so...
Yeah, that I don't like. So I'm just like, then how do you explain Joan?
How do you explain anything?
How do you explain Joan? Like, then Joan should have been dead, or...
Like, I guess he's a homunculi, so, like, he's more predisposed to being able to do all this shit, but... I don't know. He feels overpowered for just the sake of being over. Oh, Siegfried gave me his heart, and now I have Siegfried's powers, and... He hasn't done anything to earn it. He's not like he did his long training arc or anything to learn to master Siegfried's power, and now he's bringing it up against Saber or something like that.
He's not using... Like, he is Siegfried, kind of, so...
Yeah, but you can have, like, a little arc where he learns to fucking use Siegfried's abilities or something. Nope, he's just as good as Siegfried now.
How... That doesn't make any sense. He can't use Siegfried's abilities, because
He's still himself. He's just like... He's both Siegfried and himself. So I just feel like it's unfair that he's just as strong as Siegfried is all. Like, he should have had an arc that dealt into... He would be more... Let's put it this way. He would be more compelling as a character if he had any weakness whatsoever, instead of having godly gifts just given to him that he can use at his will, despite it being apparently...
Yes, he kind of just died, bro. He kind of died, and he's probably going to die after this.
I don't know. I somehow doubt he's going to die this episode. Or next episode.
Oh, no. Well, he's going to be dead by the end of this. I can guarantee you that.
Yeah, everyone's probably going to be dead by the end of this series. Except for, like... if anyone's alive, it's going to be him.
That'd be crazy. Man, I'm telling you right now, when Astolfo dies, I'm going to cry like a baby.
I'm gonna cry when Jack dies, and Atlanta. Oh my god, there's gonna be so many deaths they're gonna fucking... I hate that are coming up, I know. There's no way Atlanta's living, there's no way Jack is living. calling it right now. Mordred's killing Jack, and Chiron's probably gonna kill Atlanta.
Wait, you know what? I take that back when I said this is gonna be like the final fight. I forgot this is 25 episodes.
Yeah.
Never mind.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. I'm definitely saying Mordred is killing Jack, and Chiron's probably gonna kill Atlanta.
Oh yeah, because you know the whole like I'm not a woman thing. Yeah.
Oh yeah, imagine Jack uses her Nova Phantasm, and Mordred's like, no, but I'm not a woman, so die.
Essentially.
Also, I want to point out that Mordred is kind of... I think she can beat Saber in a fight. Just judging based on what I've seen. She seems a lot more adept at fighting than Saber was.
I feel like that's a bit unfair. Because literally more than half of the time that Saber's on screen, in one way or another, her fighting is always impeded by either taking a wound that's stopping her from fighting at full strength, or the fact that,
Shiro's a master.
Is a master. Yeah, that also stops her from being her strongest.
I don't know. I would like to see a full strength, like, I don't know, Fate Zero Saber versus, I guess, Mordred from Fate Apocrypha. I would like to see that matchup.
Yeah, that'd be fair. That would definitely be fair. Excuse me.
Other than that, though, I don't think there's anything we... Oh, Shakespeare was there, too. I'm liking Shakespeare more and more.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Oh, also, I love conversations with Sisugo and Mordred.
Oh, they have such good chemistry.
Their chemistry is good. Hey, do you have any ways I can kill this guy? You know he has any weaknesses? Oh, his weaknesses are just go in and do your best.
Why are they not the main characters? Why is this show not, like, constantly focusing on them?
I don't know. No, it has to be about Emiya trying his best to not completely fuck everything up all the time.
I hate everybody. Why is Fran dead? Why did Fran die for this?
Why is Emiya still alive? He's gonna be alive by the end of this, and that's gonna bother me. Because, I just hate him.
I don't know why you hate him. Your hatred for him is worse than my hatred for Sieg.
Oh, well, you only have to endure Sieg for this whole season. I have to endure Emiya for not one, but 2 seasons of the same shit with different endings. And he is just as dumb and somewhat condescending and somewhat sexist in both of them. But
Siegfried, who is literally just killing himself to kill himself, is totally not dumb or convoluted or anything.
Yeah, but it's just like... At least he's strong. At least he's just not like a total waste of space. Like, he's not a total waste of space.
Emiya was strong. Emiya was strong. Don't take that from him.
He was strong because literally everyone had to pump magic into him. Everyone had to give him every fucking advantage possible. And that is the only way he could even somewhat fight. He literally had to take Rin's magic.
I feel like this is the same thing as Sieg. It's just that you don't care about Sieg and I don't care about Emiya.
But see, that's the...
Sieg just took Siegfried's powers. It's the same thing.
No, but he's aware of how helpless he is. He's aware that he can't do much. And he was aware of that from the very beginning. He's like, shit, I can't really do anything. Like, I'm just kind of dicking around. Like, he never had any of this inflated importance of self. Unlike Shiro, who's like, you can't fight, you're a woman.
Oh, so I feel like 90% of the reason you hate him is that one line.
Cause it's not the first time he's hinted at it. Like, he does it multiple times throughout the series, and I'm just like, but this woman can break your neck with her hand. Why do you keep saying that? You cannot defend yourself.
I'll give you Shiro is stupid, but
he's so dumb. Okay, we're dropping this because we have to keep going. We're saving our energy. I will go on about this.
We're saving our energy for the Centaur's life episode. All right.
Next,
so should we move on?
We're talking about Hitorimi, my hero, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so new bitch alert. This redhead named Shige, It's
Has
just
he
all
always
like,
been there? Is he a new
whoa.
bitch, or has he always been there?
I don't remember.
Exactly.
I don't
I think
remember.
he's
I have
always
to like
been there because
look.
he's like, those are his friends that are always randomly hanging around in Kosuke's house.
I guess so. There are just so many of them.
They all look
I
generic.
feel like they multiply every episode.
Yeah. They could literally swap out his friends every episode, and I would not notice at all.
Exactly. I think there's one that I know. Like, I don't know. I think because like his
there's one with the
animation
scarf?
style. Like I think of his. Yes, that's exactly the one.
Yeah.
He's the only one I can remember because he has the scarf. Exactly. So, yeah. So basically, they're like, oh, hey, so Kosuke and Sadagawa has been hanging out a lot. That's kind of weird, isn't it? And then Hasekawa, being the MVP, is like, get the fuck off my man's back. Like, mind your goddamn business. And then, of course, new bitch is like, what? How did Hasekawa and him get so close? And I'm like, girl, if you knew the amount of verbal abuse,
20 red flags just went up.
I was like, if you saw the verbal abuse that Sadagawa had to go through in order to quote unquote get close, like it's like their version of being close is literally just Hasekawa just calling him like an idiot like every 5 seconds.
I like this episode, but I do have 2 big problems with it. One is Sadagawa suddenly being stupid about being public with his relationship in school.
Yeah, so apparently Sadagawa was like, now of all times, I'm going to
literally reenact the scene.
Yeah, now I'm gonna man up and then, kiss my teacher in the middle of school. Even though we went over the fact that this is like beyond a dumb idea. But nope, I'm gonna do it now because I need to show that I'm committed to him. And then the class president or class rep sees and he's like, and of course, like I feel like everyone just handled this. Like,
this whole episode was everybody.
Way.
Yeah, this episode was let's handle this delicate issue in the worst way possible.
Because instead of keeping it to himself and confronting Sadagawa about it, he comes back to the meeting and literally is like, so, yeah.
You know they're fucking each other?
Essentially. I think they're going out, guys. I just saw them kiss, so, yeah. And then they're like, amazingly, 90% of everyone is like, oh, well, a teacher is taking advantage of his position, dating one of his students. Cool.
Yeah, that was my other problem with it. People were so low-key on that part of the story, like, hey, like, I get it, he's fine with everybody, so I'm glad everybody's fine with the gay relationship, but it's a teacher and a student. I feel like this should raise more alarms or something.
Yeah, and then the only one who does speak out is the new bitch, Shige. And not even because, like, it's not even because he's dating, like, someone older, even though he kind of says that, but it's because he kind of likes Sadagawa.
Yeah.
So he's mad over purely selfish reasons, and he's like, "Oh, this is gross, meh meh meh." And then this is one episode I will give a shout out to Kensuke.
Yeah, I was gonna say the same. Kensuke actually had his badass moment this episode.
Yeah, he was like, "You're not gonna talk shit about my best friend and my brother dating each other. So if you're not down with that, you can get the fuck out." And I was like, "Shout out to you."
Yeah. The way he did it too, he just like interrupted Hasakura. I was like, "Wait a second, Hasakura, shut the fuck up. What did you say,
exactly.
bitch?"
Yeah, Hasakawa was like, "Oh my god, I'm so turned on." Oh my god. Oh god. Yeah, and then of course Sadagawa is just like, "Hey guys, what's going on?" As this blowback is happening, she gets just like, "I'm out." Oh, so then Kosuke finally finds out from Kensuke, and Kosuke and Sadagawa kind of talk about it. And that conversation was actually, like, well handled. Like, that was a good conversation. Like, you know, I feel like in a lot of cases, Kosuke could have easily taken the route where he's, like, trying to, you know, care about his, like, you know, self-preservation almost.
Yeah,
and, like,
yeah.
Like, oh, I'm a teacher, so I guess we're kind of done now, or I'm going to be awkward around you, or we can't talk, or da-da-da-da.
I thought he was going to, like, just deny it or something like that.
Yeah, but no, he was just, like, you know, he gave some really good advice to Sadagawa. I was just like, go get you, Kensuke and Kosuke. You're both pretty impressive this episode.
Going back and forth between being super wise old dude and being, like, super horny, doesn't care about the consequences. Kid. Yeah. Guy who busts through your friend's window to make out with him.
Oh, well, I guess it's not breaking and entering then. You literally broke something and then entered the premises. Oh, God. I feel like he's just dumb, but, like, in a way that it's very entertaining.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Later on, Sadagawa... Oh, no. First, the fact that Shige, dick move, decides to tell other people.
Yeah, he was a huge asshole this episode. He
went from
like someone I didn't know existed to being a
like
giant
I said,
dick.
New bitch alert. Like, to tell someone else. Luckily, this guy is like, I have eyes, so I know.
That was, like, one of my favorite parts, too. He's like, oh, well, you didn't know that... Do you not see the atmosphere around them?
Yeah. It was, like, it was great. So then Shige is just like, oh, I guess I have to talk to Sadagawa. And Sadagawa was like, oh, I guess I have to talk to Shige about it. They finally run into each other, and then they confront each other. Sadagawa confronts Shige in a very cool way. He's just like, listen, I love Kosuke. You got a problem with that? You do. Why? What's your major malfunction, bruh? And then he tells him, he's like, Jesus Christ, you're dating someone so much older than you. Like, what the fuck? And then it just becomes like this hysterical thing. This is easily my favorite part of the episode. There's some weird animation where, like, Sadagawa is like freaking out, and then, like, Shige is, like, breakdancing across the screen. I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
That was something random. I feel like, somebody must have drew it by mistake or something. Like, whatever, just leave it in there. Just have Shige breakdancing across the screen.
I only watched that like 3 times. It was hysterical. So obviously they make up. And then at the end,
I thought the ending was cute.
The ending was great. I love the ending. So they made Shige eat outside because he fucked up. Kensuke makes him eat outside, and Kosuke's like, "Oh, well, I'm so glad this all ended up well. Like, yeah, sure, I saw the class prep right there, but you know, Sadagawa was so cute, so I couldn't help it." And Sadagawa just gives him a look. And he just cut to Kosuke being thrown out and being forced to be outside.
I will say this. If the plot point that it suddenly becomes an issue that they're dating because their teacher and student comes up, I'm going to be pissed. Because all this time, no one has cared at all about that scenario happening.
Oh, I feel like you better brace yourself. Cause I feel like that's...
It has to be done really well because, like, suddenly everybody's going to care about it or something.
Well, things like this, it's just like, you know, rumors in school.
We'll see how they handle it. Maybe they'll throw me a curveball and
wait, to be fair, I dated people at school and not everyone knew.
But I mean, like, the way that they're so flippant about it, like, with Kosuke being like, whatever, we'll make out in school. Well, even if somebody sees us, whatever.
I'm not going to get into it, but let's just say my ex at the time, he was very whatever about that. He's very casual. I was the one who had to hold back because I'm just like, I'm not trying to give everyone
at the school the teacher at the school.
No, that's the only thing. He was
see, like if they do a big deal about him being the teacher and the student, then I'll be like, all right, now it's kind of stupid.
Yeah. Yeah. I know. My point was that it wasn't like easily like it's easier to hide. Like people don't pay attention as much as you think. And then I can at least say that much. That's why if it brings up and people start like noticing, I think that's how they can introduce that plot point, because it's like as it goes on, yeah, maybe more people may start catching on, but at the start it's not like everyone's like, oh, what are those two guys doing? Trust me, I know that from experience.
By them like just having sex in the student office or the staff office, and then like two teachers just walk in. Or the girls make their return.
Oh god, they would still be annoying even in that.
Okay, in that scenario, I would buy it, because I feel like then they start gossiping and trying to ruin his reputation and all that shit. So
yeah. So I don't know where they're gonna go with it for these last 3 episodes, but let's hope it's somewhere good. Okay, my computer almost fell asleep. That would have been bad. So last but not least, excuse me, I'm just really tired.
We're going to be talking about this show. Yeah, we're both really tired, but this is going to be like 20 minutes.
Oh my god. So like...
Episode of the week?
What in the Academy Award is going on here?
Yeah, Centaur's Life is what we're talking about now, and... Alright, I want to say this right off the bat. If you have not seen Centaur's Life, stop watching, go watch all of Centaur's Life, and then come back. It's totally fucking worth it. Just for this episode.
Watch it.
Yep,
yeah,
go watch it.
Just watch it. Just watch it. I mean, all the other episodes are great too.
Yeah, they're all great, but this episode is one that like needs to be seen. This is an episode that I would actually like use in like a class room setting. Like, if I was teaching, I don't know, something about, like, just, like, anime, like, an analysis of anime or something. Yeah, it just would be, oddly enough, it's actually really topical for the current environment right
now. Oh, yeah. This is great. If you're in college, this would be a great thing to learn.
Yeah, if you're in college and you're doing any kind of, like, political stuff, watch this episode.
Oh, man. I feel like Silver is gonna have he's gonna be able to explain this in a better way than I did, only because like I only did research very briefly. I guess let's go into it, and then I'll explain why. Silver Oni will probably be able to explain this better than I can. But basically, so I love how the girls, they were like literally just in the first minute or two of this entire episode. So they're like, they're like watching something, but like, or trying to watch a video, and an ad comes up. First of all, problems to the max, but
yeah, I'm glad. I'm so happy that this whole episode is literally a transition from them watching a fucking ad on YouTube.
Ad on YouTube.
This whole episode up.
But yeah, so they're like, who's this like frog guy? And yeah, they're like, his name is John Rousseau. So immediately,
you did that? You Wikipedia John Rousseau? Yeah,
exactly. I knew he was either popular in like sociology or psychology, but obviously I didn't take either classes in college, so, and I'm not a huge philosopher either. No, is he a philosopher?
Yeah, he's a philosopher. Right?
Yeah, philosopher. Yeah, I didn't take philosophy, but like his name is brought up when he's any kind of philosophical.
Yeah, he's like one of the famous
between you and your douchebag college friends who are like, oh my god, we're all intellectuals, guys. John Rousseau once said, yada yada yada.
Yeah, he's basically the guy who wrote up the social contract, which is basically what a lot of the modern democracies are based off of. So, yeah, guy behind a lot of the French Revolution, American Revolution, all that stuff.
Yeah. Funny enough, that's the one thing I did. Because, like I said, I did it so shortly because it's like I just didn't have enough time before we started recording. I actually read his well, by read I mean looked up on Wiki his theory of natural human, which is the most fascinating because I'm just like I don't know, first second I'm just like, oh, how does this make any sense to what's going on? And then as I'm like literally watching it, I'm just like, oh, because literally like the frog is literally like, you know, the manifestation of his ideology. It's like it's so interesting. Like the whole idea, like the farther we get from nature, the more like corrupt and
yeah. This was like such a heavy episode in terms of this was a very Animal Farm level episode.
Oh yeah, oh yes, that's this actually such a great
Animal Farm as fuck.
Yeah.
Also, I don't know if you caught it. Probably not, because I didn't even catch it, and it's like some super obscure thing. But the racist term for a French person is a frog, and that was part of the joke with Ebi-chan just going like, "Oh, just call him a Frenchman."
A Frenchman. Yeah. Oh my god, that's crazy! No, I didn't catch that at all.
So that's her indirect racism.
That's crazy. So yeah, this genre. I feel silly saying his name. So John Rousseau. He basically was raised by mammalians, and he became like a business owner. What is he? What is he specifically?
I don't think they ever concretely nailed down. He's just like a giant conglomerate business dude who has like political ties and shit.
Yeah. And then so first it starts out by him having a meeting with an angel man who's very old. And the old angel guy, he insists on shaking hands with Rousseau. Rousseau's like, "Oh, you sure? Like, you know, it's like my flag hand." And he's like, "No, it's fine. Like, I want, you know, it's bad manners to shake a gloved hand." So they shake it, they do the whole thing, and they leave. And I think this is the part where I paid attention to, and Silver Oni didn't.
No, I paid attention to this part. This part I did pay attention to.
Oh, that part where he's like, where I guess his like assistant like hands him like swipe his hands, and he's like, my hands aren't dirty.
Yeah, that part I did pay attention to because it was kind of like an interesting subtle jab. It's interesting to see how like there is a racist dynamic there, but it's not like this whole episode is about subtle dynamics in racism. Like there are, spoiler, we'll get to it right soon, but there are like Nazi level racists. And then there are people who are like, who are just like the dude's assistant who are like, oh, well, you know, I respect the guy enough to let him come into the office and, you know, do all his business. And like, he's actually a functioning member of society and he has his own assistant, but he's still like a second class type of citizen where it's like, oh, we got to wash our hands if we touch his hand because he's a frog person. So it's like, you can still be well integrated into a society and have to deal with these little racist, feelings and animosity for the most, like, random shit.
Yeah, so that was very, like, I don't know, that was like a very, that was one of...
getting deep.
Yeah, this is a very powerful scene. One of many. Then he goes back to
South America.
He goes back. What?
South America, right? It was South America?
Was it South America?
I think it was South
America. I didn't know
America.
they gave a little... Okay,
yeah, it was like the South America, I think they said.
Okay, I'll take your word for it. So you go back to place in South America where is a village of frog people, and he gets off the plane, and it was really weird. The kids went up to like try to hug him and like socialize, and they're like, "Oh, like you can't touch him. You'll get him dirty." So I don't know if that was like, you know, a tribal thing on their end, or maybe they were just trying to keep, you know, they're like, "Oh, he's like a, you know, he's a foreigner."
Yeah, I think it was more like he's a foreigner type, because the way they portrayed him was like he doesn't really fit in with either society.
Yeah, he doesn't fit in with either. But then what fucked me up was a whole conversation he had with the other frog dude, and he's like, "Where'd you get that vest?" He's like, "Oh yes, we're going to arm ourselves, yada yada yada, like, and recapture like this whole spiel about how he's gonna recapture the land and the sea from mammalians."
Yeah, basically like ISIS frogs.
Yeah, ISIS frogs. Okay, don't give them that much credit. I'd hardly call them terrorists with their spears.
Hey, some of them had like AKs and shit.
Okay, I wasn't paying attention, but
ISIS frogs.
That wasn't my. My point was, like literally, the way that he was speaking was literally a reflection on Rousseau's theory of the natural human. Literally, as he's becoming more like modernized by, you know, I think it'd be best if I just say a quote from Bryce Rousseau. "Nothing is so gentle as man in his primitive state, when placed by nature at an equal distance from the stupidity of brutes and the fatal enlightenment of civil man." So I feel like in this case, this is more focusing on the fatal enlightenment of civil man, where like literally he's like trying to stop this man who like has all this like armament and weaponry, like, hey, don't do something stupid, like, and he's like, oh, and I read the quote he said, I should have written it down. He's like, don't you realize that like by taking this route of violence you're becoming just like them? And I'm just like,
yeah, just to remind everybody, this is a show that, like, 5 episodes ago was about them comparing vaginas with each other. Now we're getting into fucking talking about Jean Rousseau's theory of natural men, and that's not even the deepest part of this episode.
Nope. Although that was my favorite part of the episode.
That was my most. No, it was a pretty good part. There's a lot of fucking good parts to this episode.
That's my favorite part. I feel like the end. The only reason the end wasn't my favorite part is because I already knew how it was gonna end. So it was still really good. Still made it very, very good. I just knew how it was gonna end.
It kind of got me because I wasn't paying attention. Well, I was paying attention, but in the beginning I was more focused on the frog dude than the angel guy at like during the meeting. So I didn't even pay attention like what his hair color was or anything like that.
So basically, the next part. Oh wait, no, because after the meeting with the other frog people, he goes to their school, and then it was so funny. He Mitama makes him a cup of tea, and he clearly is just like not down for it. So I guess that kind of like, you know, I wasn't crazy. He definitely showed something like, you know, like that wasn't the way his eyes were going all crazy. It was not a good like, oh, this is a great thing.
Right? I don't think he liked the tea.
Yeah, to say the least. So I don't know. I feel like that also builds off the fact of what you said, Silverny, about the fact that he's stuck in between the two places. He's not completely French, because like even such things as drinking French tea, he doesn't even like. And yet he's not like the frog people who are all like, oh, our gods are plenty and yada yada yada. So he's in the middle, and I'm just like, that's such an interesting dynamic. Like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah. So just when you thought the first half of the episode was like the powerful, like, oh shit, this was the heavy part of the episode. Now we're gonna get into the light part. or whatever. Because usually the show is like divided. There's usually a light slice of life part and then like a heavy part. No, that was as close to a slice of life as you get. And then we literally start off with World War II Nazis.
World War II. Literally a literal Auschwitz allegory.
Yeah, there was a ton. All right, I wanna see if we could just cover the most important parts, because otherwise we literally could do like an hour-long podcast on this half of the episode.
Yeah. So I'm pretty sure, and correct me if I'm wrong, the Centaurs were the Nazis.
I'm confused by that. I think it's like, the Centaurs look like the Nazis, but then there was also Centaurs in the Nazi camps, but they had like somewhat of an elevated status.
Yeah, which was a thing in World War II.
Yeah,
there were prisoners who were given more power due to their connections.
Yeah, like there were Ukrainians and stuff that were, but so it's weird how I think how nuanced and not subtle, but nuanced and the script, like all the events that happened in this half of the episode were really realistic, because it did a good job of showing all the layers of prejudice. Like if you pay attention, the Nazis were the clear bad guys, but they weren't portrayed as much as the bad guys as like the other inmates in the prison.
Yeah, the inmates were also like bad guys, and in some cases like or almost worse.
Yeah,
because even though like let's like I won't say one was more evil than the other. They were both evil. Like I'm sorry, you're Nazis inside in the concentration camp. That kind of
and the show and to their credit, they showed the Nazis like just systematically killing it. They weren't doing the Nazis any favors, but like making them look nice.
It starts off by watch the Nazis like literally shooting people, and they're about to shoot this kid who this whole thing centers around. Centers around this like little angeloid kid who's about to get popped. And then someone's like, "Oh, you filled your quota of killing people for the day."
Second Lieutenant, you filled your quota of murdering random civilians for the day.
And then, instead of just going by, the guy's like, "Well, I'm still gonna kick him in the face."
Time to fulfill my kicking quota.
Yep. So he gets shipped to, a concentration camp where they're forced to work, and they're beaten, and as they're getting beaten, the Nazis are like, "Oh, this is, you inferior species. Like, this is why you guys can't get anything right." Like, they're saying stuff like that. What I imagine would be typical Nazi talk.
Typical Nazi talk.
Well, I imagine it would be. Like, and then, of course, as you mentioned before, the Centaur who was a prisoner was getting special treatment. And then at night, like, they kind of were arguing about it, and then he's just like, "Hey, like, I'm kind of trapped here too." And then the little boy's like trying to be like, "Hey, like, we're all trying to survive here together," and then he just keeps getting sucker punched trying to help the Centaur, and then I guess they all keep referring to the Centaurs as livestock.
Yeah, so I guess that they made up their own racist term. It's like segregation within an already segregated minority.
Yeah. And then, oh man, oh god, we're about to get the part that hit me hard. Oh shit. Because then the kid, like, as he, like, no, because he gets up, and the guy with glasses helps him. He's like, "Are you okay?" He's like, "Oh, doesn't know that we're all suffering, da da da." And then the man with the glasses literally speaks the motherfucking truth. He speaks the truth of today's current world in that anime and in this world, and I was shook.
Yeah,
I wasn't shook, but I was just like, damn, that
was a really strong, like, monologue from him.
Yeah. So basically, he goes on to say how, like, as long as, like, we live there, like, there's always going to be prejudices. It's based on race, religion, skin color, body type. Yeah, it's going to always exist in one way or another. And I mean, it was the way he said it was way better than that. That was like the gist of it, was it?
Yeah, it was pretty much the gist of it. Did you happen to catch the and this is one of the parts that blew my mind in the episode, the angel kids, or all the angels in general that were in the camp, did not have their halos because they were cut off.
Yeah, they didn't have their halos. Yeah, I noticed that.
Yeah, that's why halo cutting is a hate crime. So I'm glad it explained that without actually saying anything. It's just like, well, the Nazis cut off their halos. I'm assuming that's why they're not allowed to cut off their halos.
Yep. And that was... that scene was...
This episode, I watched this episode like twice. I watched it and then I just rewatched it again right afterwards.
I wish I had time to rewatch it. I might rewatch it again. But yeah, after that, so skip to the next day. Oh yeah. The scene ends with all the other prisoners like beating up the Centaur prisoner. So skip to the next day. Everyone's working in the concentration camp, and the main kid, passes out just from exhaustion. So then, the Centaur, not being a total crazy person, he brings him into some room where no one could see from the inside. Well,
I think it was like behind the shed or something.
Yeah, like behind the shed, and he's like, "Okay, here, have some like food. Just like, pretend like I'm hurting you." And then he's like, "Why are you doing this?" And he's like, "Because you're one of the good guys." So, because he appreciated the fact that he tried to defend him.
Yeah,
which was cool. But then
it didn't work out for him so well.
Yeah, then the U.S. comes, and a U.S. equivalent of Centaurs come. Centaurs are also the U.S. as well.
I'm guessing it's just they're all over the place, and it's probably more related to same thing it was here. Like these are German Aryan Centaurs or some shit.
So yeah, we don't like those. I don't know. I feel like I almost could see it, and I don't know. I guess this is maybe me being like a little too far with it, but it's like, in my mind, it's like the same way how we viewed the powers in the world at that time, where Centaurs, I guess, could be like at the top, like Germans and U.S. at the time in that wartime, or like arguably some of the strongest powers or the players in the game. Towards the end game.
I would say you are reading too much into it, but judging by this show, I'm probably not.
And then everyone else, wasn't. Like, the Halo people getting their halos cut off and whatnot. Like, those can easily be seen as, like, people, who are just caught up in the war. Like, the Jews, the Ukrainians, like, just all the minorities in general. I don't know. That's how I saw it. I don't know, I thought it was interesting that, all these, you thought all the Centaurs were going to be Nazis, and you thought it was going to be that simple. And then you're like, wait, the Liberators are also Centaurs?
Yeah, there's, like I said, there's not a clear picture. It's just racism across all lines, and it did a good job of showing nuance in between. It's not like, these are Centaurs, and they hate all angels, or something like that. So, I'm glad the show went with that.
Yeah, except, not all Centaurs.
Hashtag not all Centaurs.
Hashtag not. Speaking of all Centaurs, so, we were like, oh, we're all saved, and the angel dude looks for a Centaur, it's like, hey, we're saved, we're finally free, and then he found that all the prisoners hung him. Yeah.
Yeah. And then they immediately just try to hang him.
Yeah, they just tried to kill him. Oh, yeah, he's one of them. And then, thank God, the Centaur's like, we're shoot it in the sky, so like, scare you all away, so you don't try to kill this kid. And then that ends the flashback, and then you see it warp all the way back to the beginning of the scene where the old man is telling his assistant to let John Rousseau come in for the meeting.
And shake his hand.
And shook his hand. And I'm just like, God fucking damn it.
Yeah, this was an amazing, super amazing, 10 out of 10, like, episode. It was just so fucking good. This is an episode, even if you... It's a shame that you would have to be somewhat familiar with the series to get it fully, but it's such a good series, and I'm sad that it's not gonna have, like... I'm pretty sure this is not gonna get, like, a season 2 or, like, $1 million in DVD sales or anything.
First of all, they can't... Oh my god. Would they have enough brilliant ideas to just put in the show?
I think
where it's not that brilliant.
The manga's pretty
but it's
far
like
ahead,
it's not that brilliant, but just well done.
I think this could easily get another season. But it's not going to, but it could.
It's not going to.
There's enough material for it.
Can we literally just start like an Academy Award for like anime series? Even though that's definitely no, it would be Golden Globes. Golden Globes does series, or an Emmys, one or the other. Yeah, Oscars only for movies. But yeah, and I feel like I'm this is like an award-winning episode for something. Like this is so amazing.
Yeah, no.
And I feel like us talking about it doesn't do it justice.
Go watch it.
I almost want to say like if you're getting to this point and we're just like if you're hearing us like just go all crazy and telling you like, oh, it's such a good episode, just stop, pause the video, and just watch it. Just pause this podcast and watch it.
Yeah. This is one of those episodes, because there's not really, like, well, we can say a lot about it. There's, like, a lot of philosophical elements to it, but...
We definitely could.
Yeah, but the best experience you can get from this particular episode is just to watch it for yourself.
Please do.
Because it's one of those episodes that are going to mean different things for different people, too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Alright, so on that very just, like... fulfilling yet sombering note, we're gonna end this episode. If you enjoyed, by all means, like, comment, and subscribe. Do you, Sabroni, have any final words for our wonderful viewers today?
Not for today. Sorry for the late podcast, but things happen.
Oh yes, like I said, that was all my fault. The wedding, yada yada, so on and so forth. We should be back to normal
Monday.
Yeah, with the next video. Yeah. So, tune in, and we hope to catch you next time. And with that, we are out. Bye.
Later.